Good morning, my people. We are back here again. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you. Depend on your own location. If you're right there, help us to share. Help us to share, my good people. Yes, we have this breaking news for you all. Although it happened since yesterday, but we'll be trying to put our own information together. And yes, as you know, sometimes we hear breaking news, but we try to make sure that, yes, this one is coming from a legitimate source. Curtis Eghosa Ugbo was arrested yesterday. According to the information reaching us, he was arrested for land grabbing and cyber crime. I don't know what a cyber crime is all about, but I know that he was arrested for related the Ologbo case that we've been talking about for a while now. So as you know, a land grabbing has been going on. As you know, they say Curtis Ugbo allegedly is now the head. Curtis Ugbo is now the head of all the Okaigeles in Edo State, allegedly. And who installed him? This is what I'm talking about all the time. Who installed him? Who installed him? Who installed him? Everybody keeps saying our papa installed them. Our papa is not the one installing all these people. Yes, that is what we are fighting. Please help us to share. Our father is not the one installing all these people. So it is better we start saying it how it is. Who installed Curtis Eghosa Ugbo? We need to know who installed him to be the head of all Okaigele in Edo State, or rather in Benin City. Normally, if you are the head of Okaigele in Edo State, you're supposed to be there for a good cause. But what we have been hearing for a while now, so what we have been hearing now is Curtis Ugbo here, Curtis Ugbo there, Curtis Ugbo here, Curtis Ugbo there. Information reaching me is that Afolabi is the one that arrested him. Afolabi arrested him. Hold on. Okay, I can see. Good morning to every one of you. God in Okposo, I can see you right there. Enos P44, I can see right there. Okay. You say Curtis Ugbo has been released. Okay. Even though he's released, he was arrested. Thank God that you confirmed that he was arrested. At least there's nothing to be careful about. He was arrested. You just said Curtis Ugbo, Enos, you said Curtis Ugbo have been released, right? At least he was arrested, right? So I'm not sure. I don't know about your own information, but at least you've contradicted yourself that he was arrested for land grabbing and cyber crime. Okay, so whatever that happened, even the Nogie of Ologbo denied him yesterday. That one removed him. That one removed himself sharply. He say not send down with the one we do. And according to the information that is reaching me, that Curtis Ugbo have been fighting for that Enogie for a while now. When they arrest him, Enogie of Ologbo deny him straight away, say he not get hand for anything where they do. So I can see, okay, that's what I'm saying. Even though he's released, what was his crime? That's what we want to see now. Let's listen to our brother, Comrade Emmanuel Agbogun. Yeah, good morning to every one of you right here. Good morning. And those of you saying Curtis Ugbo is released or be careful or all that, are you guys supporting what is going on in Edo State? What was his crime? That's what you're supposed to be doing now. Let us know. You know, to want to know, let us know in the comment section. Posh, please, please, let us know what was his crime. Because what we have on the screen, what we are hearing for land grabbing, you know, and cyber crime. So I think it's his duty to come out to debunk this. Yes. Say no, your day say palo in the eat pandemic, now they can't cash him. You don't do anything. We don't hear things like that before, right? So let us know that. But before that, let's hear from our brother. Thank you, my people. Please share.
Let's just do us a good on our part by sharing this broadcast. It's not been so easy, but I just want people to know that there's more to this society than what we see from the surface. Curtis Ugbo, as I speak to you, is spending the second hour in a day, or probably he's spending the second day in a police cell as I speak to you now. He was arrested yesterday upon his arrival at State CID. Zone 5 police formation. And his reason for his arrest is linked to cybercrime. Cybercrime and I think defamatory positions he must have taken, and issues bordering to Ugbo also. So he will be there for the whole of today, and probably before the middle of today, he will be charged to court if they must have finished perfecting his case file for litigation. I've known Curtis Eghosa Ugbo for quite some time. And when I mean quite some time, I've known him for over 11 to 12 years now. And a man you have known, seen, worked with for a period of time, you should be able to distinguish the characters and qualities of the characters he possesses as a human being. Curtis Eghosa Ugbo is a fact. If I've seen somebody who is very unstable, somebody who is unorganized, somebody who stops at nothing to ensure that he gets proceeds of his prospects or his antecedents or his activities, you know, in his pockets. Nevertheless, I wouldn't want to bother the media space on talking or, you know, creating some kind of awareness on his person, because everybody on the media knows so many lies he has said about me. Firstly, he started by saying lies that I was married to Ashelege's daughter, Johnson Ashelege's daughter. He used that one to deceive the media populace for over a period of time. He started again by alleging me and Kola Idokpaye that they gave us 10 million naira to discontinue a case where we were actually calling on the state government to do the needful as regards to the arrest and the prosecution of Johnson Ashelege at the time. We were also pretty informed of the way and manner in which he went to the AIG also to write petitions against my person, alleging me of terrorism, alleging me of promoting a native war, alleging me of supporting Mofiuyi, all sort of frivolous petitions against my person. I went on 3 occasions. I was in the police. He never showed up. You know, even as I speak to you, the AIG has directed that the matter be charged to court for false allegation. But only God knows the reason why they have refused to take him to court. But for me, at some point in my life, I just always said, this guy, the only thing I owe him is just to reply him words for words. I shouldn't be seen wasting my time and busy time and schedules to wanting to correct his abnormalities rather than talk about it the way I've just done now. And for me, I just leave an advice. People like this should not be. I just want to leave an advice for society to crown this whole long story short, because I try as much as possible not to be involved in saga. I'm way too organized to get myself involved in this one, say that one, no say. But I want to say something, and particularly that goes to the Benin solidarity, Benin traditional council. It's so embarrassing that somebody like Curtis should be given, a space to work in the palace and to represent the interests of the monarch. There are very many learned Edo sons that can do that has pedigree. And that doesn't send the right message out there that for some of us who understands the caliber and the nomenclature of Curtis, the character he possesses, it's more of a ridiculing appointment to see somebody like Curtis working in such a capacity in the palace. Although I don't know what informed that decision of the palace, but frankly speaking, it's like a ridiculing tool towards the activities of the palace, because to get some Curtis is more or less a criminal. This is somebody who has been caught with a firearm, illegal firearm. Was charged to court for being incriminating to an offence of small arm profilation. He was caught with a pistol while he was still an SSA to Shomole. He was tried in court, but because of the abracadabra that plays out in our judicial system in this country, today the matter was swept under the rug. The police officers who arrested him are still alive. The courts where he was prosecuted is still existing. It's not something that is moribund. These are matters that have occurred. He was once an SSA. Before he became an SSA, the likes of Comrade Stanley Osakwinokodin, Daniel Adebamechi, the president of Edo Youth Congress, and so many other persons were on a protest demanding that this same Dracula's property tax Obaseki is implementing in Edo State now should not be, a thing for government to think of at a time. Curtis went behind us, collected 5 million naira from Oshomole government, and also collected an appointment slot and went up the podium when some other people were in support of what the government was doing as to their position in the government. Went there to say that he is in support of what the governor is doing, and the next thing he betrayed us and told the same talks to run after us, beat us to a standstill in Ring Road. This happened sometime in 2011 stroke 2012 in Edo State. So it's not something that we would be bothering ourselves about. I know his nomenclature. That's why each time he does something, he doesn't discuss on the subject matter. He tries to narrow it down. Today he spreads one fake news all around my personality that I'm from Ugbo. Yes, I wouldn't deny my fact that I have a lineage rooted from Ugbo, because my grandmother's family is deeply my paternal grandmother's family is deeply indigenous from that part of Delta State and former Bendel, and being an Isiman, we are not trained to deny our maternal ancestral origin. We follow it to the latter, and today you can trace my paternal maternity from Igbanke to Agbo being Agbo, and very, very broad. I come from a very broad family in that part of the divide where you have the Amephiles as a part and parcel of that family. But however, that's not the discussion for today. I just want to throw some light. But be it as it may, I think to this junction, I would want to leave it at that, because I know whatever must have kept him in the police custody is aware of his nefarious activities. Curtis is involved in so many nefarious activities. Apart from being a professional land grabber, he also has issues relating to defamatory positions. He comes out, call people all sort of names. Even very recently, his lawyer who wrote petition against me, and I told the lawyer, I said, if I be a comrade fighting for a just cause of Edo people, I give you between now and the next 90 days, you and Curtis Ugbo will fall out. And the fallout will not only be something that will be a mere fallout, it will also affect your legal career, because what you are doing is you are looking at the side of getting monetary gains from this individual and supporting him to intimidate freedom fighters in a state where we know that we are suffering from a high level of fundamental human rights abuses. But when the likes of Afulabi thought they were doing their job, I told them, he who must seek for equity must come with clean hands. And I went to the station. I haven't explained myself to the AIG explain myself to the DCP, explain myself to the police officers who were investigating me. They found out that all the allegations were baseless, that it was even the said Curtis in question who was the one seen to be threatening my life. Okay, this man has brought false information, charge it to court. Only God knows the reason, but I believe history in time will judge itself, because for some of us we are not evil people, even if we are not upright in 100%, but we have limitations to what we do. I must tell you that.
All right, my people, I'm back here again. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you. Like I told you guys before, we go extra miles to find our own information, and I've done some research right now after that 2 comment that I received from one Facebook person who said that Eghosa Ugbo is already released. Please don't pass information that you're not sure about. It's still right there. Eghosa Ugbo is still in prison right now. He's still behind the bars. All right. And I'm saying this 100%. It's still right there. So I just confirmed, so you guys should be careful how you try to deceive the public, because I just told you just now, you can't just come here. I understand that you're supporting your person. That's fine. If you're supporting Eghosa Ugbo, that's not a problem. But for me, we are passing information that we know that is legitimate right here. Okay? Okay, you spoke with... Okay, you say you spoke with Eghosa Ugbo. It's not under anything or that. Please, I just confirmed now. Eghosa Ugbo, anyway, since yesterday from the cell, he has been messaging people. Have that one in mind. Oracle, have that one in mind. This is Nigeria. Immediately was arrested. Throughout yesterday, he was chatting on WhatsApp. So that is not enough for you to know that is out. Tell him to make a video. Yes, he was chatting throughout yesterday inside his cell. That's how corrupt our country are. Okay? I'm going to call Emmanuel Egbogun now. Let me call Emmanuel Egbogun to reconfirm this again, because I just called 1 or 2 persons in Edo State that they said he's still right there. He cannot dare make a video right now. So, Oracle, please be careful. Don't let these people deceive you. Okay? I understand that we all have who we are supporting, but don't ever support anyone that is doing anything wrong. Okay? Eghosa Ugbo was chatting on his WhatsApp throughout yesterday inside the cell, which is wrong. Totally wrong. So you might call him now. He will lie to you that yes, he's there or he's not there. But let him make a video. He's arrested. Let me call him on Egbogun, because we are third parties. 1 minute. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, Comrade Emmanuel Egbogun. I'm live. I'm on live broadcast right now. You did a video this morning on Eghosa Ugbo arrests. Yesterday, information reached us that he was arrested for land grabbing in Ologbo. And this morning, you came up to say that cybercrime is involved as well. Please, and I have 1 or 2 persons right here saying right now that Eghosa Ugbo is already released. In fact, 1 person just confirmed right now that he called Eghosa Ugbo that is released. And information reached me yesterday throughout that Eghosa Ugbo was chatting with 1 or 2 persons on WhatsApp throughout yesterday from inside the cell, which is wrong. So I want you to confirm this for us. Are you sure Eghosa Ugbo is still under arrest?
I don't know how to spread falsehood and false information. Yesterday when I got the information that he was arrested at the Zone 5 police command, it was very late when I got there. If not, ordinarily I would have been there, and in a few hours I will still be there. But the information from the Zone 5 authority this morning that I verified, was that he was arrested for cybercrime at the legal unit.
Okay.
At the legal unit in Zone 5.
And you confirmed that this morning?
Yes, this morning before going up live.
Okay.
I don't come up on the internet to see what is false. I must first of all verify my information.
I know that.
And I think that is what have kept me growing over the years. And one other thing again is that I hear people saying that Curtis used his phone. You know, Nigeria, anything can work. Particularly when you have been detained, and you can always lobby with the officers on the in charge of the detention facility. They can hand you your phone to communicate. But just that when you are going into the cell, you cannot go in with your phone. But you can take permission and come out of the cell, you know, to make 1 or 2 phone calls. And I think that's what Curtis has been doing. Curtis is still in the zone 5. You can as well get a lawyer to go there and verify for you. It's not a hidden thing. The moment you get to zone 5, the names of suspects who are in their custody can be verified at the detention counter. Underneath the AIG's office. It's not a big deal. It's what is verifiable. The public can find out from the police. Get there this morning. And myself too also, I will be there this very morning.
Okay. All right. If you can do us a favor, Comrade Emmanuel Igbogun, if you can go there to reconfirm at least with a 1 or 2 minute video, because what is going on right now, we have somebody on the screen with the name Oracle saying that I just got Curtis Eghosa Ugbo now. He has been released. And yesterday, my team, some of our team that we are working with, which I can't mention anybody's name, that is my team. Curtis Eghosa Ugbo was chatting with them, you know, telling them that he's fine. Don't worry, I'm fine. I will be out soon. I will be this. So how come, my concern here is that how come somebody is arrested and is still in position with his phone? Why? Because maybe that's how he deceived this Oracle now.
I said earlier by making you understand. In Nigeria, anything is workable. If Curtis is having so much money in himself, he can actually have his phone even right inside the prison. People use their phones in prison facility in this country. So it's not a new thing. So the truth be said is that Curtis has not been granted bail. He's still in the AIG, and very soon I will be there. I will be there to meet the authority, because I also have a pending case with him where he alleged me for terrorism, alleged me for international terrorism, alleged me for intention to bombard the Oba Business Palace.
Yeah.
Alleged me also for promoting communal war and a threat to life. And after vigorous investigation by the police, they found out that all allegations are baseless, unfounded, and misleading. So ever since, we have been on the AIG to charge this matter to court. But, you know, there's one way they use the Secretary of the Palace to always misinform the authorities at times, so that the Oba has said that they should just allow the sleeping dog lie. They use the name of the monarch to do also all forms of things. You know, that was why I won't have to come out to caution Curtis and even petitioned him to the police before he came out to deny at the state commander. He never said so. But I also made the police to understand that the statements are on phone. It's something they can verify.
Yeah.
I'm not misleading them. They should do diligent investigation and verify, which they said they were going to come up with their resolution and their findings very soon. But the truth be said, Curtis that I know has so much money, you know, for the process of what he does as related to land administration in Benin Kingdom. He has so much money to even bribe the police. But because of the nature of the matter and the people involved, I believe the person directly involved in this matter is Barrister Afolabi.
Yeah, that's what I heard. They said that Afolabi is the one that actually arrested him yesterday, and he was also denied by the Enogi of Ologbo.
You know, Afolabi, who used to be their lawyer during the time of Johnson, Ashelege, and the Ologbo Soniche crisis. Subu started alleging Afolabi that he collected some monies from Johnson to provide the cause of justice. And Afolabi, knowing fully well that he never indulged himself in such a thing, got angry and decided to back out from the case since Curtis was claiming to be, too learned than himself. So he decided to back out from the case. And before that time, I had also told Afolabi that I'm an activist in Edo State and I don't indulge myself in nefarious activities that would, reduce my personality or my character as a person.
Yeah.
I ensured that while they were writing, because Afolabi was the one who wrote the petition for Curtis on behalf of Curtis against my person. And when the findings came up and I read the petitions and I discovered it was Afolabi, I called him immediately from the police facility to ask him what is the meaning of terrorists and how he sees the terrorists in Edo State. And if there's a terrorist in Edo State, can he pinpoint the activities? And he was like, he got information from Curtis, he has evidences to show, and I should be very careful that I will go to jail. And I told him point blank that, see, I know the person you are working for, and I know his antecedent. He's a criminal. Do not forget, go and put it on the pages of dictionary. You will fall out with this guy to the extent that the world will have an interest in the issue. Because you are there, you are being used with your legal strength to intimidate freedom fighters in the state. And for crying out loud, I also made you to understand that even when the said Curtis in question was in prison by the governor of Eghosa State, when they sent him to jail for wanting to create anarchy in the state and also wanting to use the influence of the Solidarity movement as a civil society group in the state to hijack job opportunities from MPDC. Afolabi was like nothing like that. I said I was the one who went single-handedly came out when all comrades in Edo State were scared to come out because of the governor. I single-handedly came out and protested and demanded for the release of Curtis before he was granted bail.
All right.
Curtis has not got the right to tell me thank you, but if this is the thank you he's telling me, the God that I serve, the God who created me, the God who created him, who I believe is supreme, will give everybody a fair tea on
what I want you to do for us, please, Comrade Emmanuel Ugbo, like you just stated that you are going to the AIG, right?
Yeah, we'll be there within the hours of 11 and 12.
Okay, good. Please, I would like you to make a video from there so that we can cement this with the rightful information, because we still have this person still typing here. One of our brother here, Oracle, who is saying that I called Curtis this morning, although I know that Curtis Ugbo have his phone inside the cell, which is wrong. He was chatting yesterday, and I can prove that any day, anytime. He was chatting, telling people, go do this for me, go do this. Why was he allowed to have his mobile phone? So please help us to do that, and I would love that, please.
Okay, there's no problem. By the time I'm there, I'll also do everything humanly possible to see the AIG.
Thank you.
And take it off from there.
Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Have a blessed day. Yeah, bye.
Yeah.
All right, my people, Oracle, my brother right there. I'm not doubting you that you did not call Curtis. My only concern now, where is he? Curtis might told you, okay, I'm out. Can you see him? Can he make a video? Because yesterday, not only you, Curtis actually talked to so many people yesterday. Throughout even at 10 p.m. yesterday, Curtis was still chatting on his phone. On his phone, I'm telling you this. So this is what is happening in our country. Oracle, my brother, now wait till with the CBDs. Hello, good morning to you. Your name and where you're calling us from. Hello. Hello, I'm live. Do you know?
Yeah, I know. I just want to say thank you. God will bless you, Niger Watch.
Thank you.
God will bless you and bless you. I will watch you, Niger Watch.
Oh, wow.
You
Amen. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm on the line. Bye.
Okay, thank you. Just that. Somebody just called and prayed. God bless you. Amen. 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 I bet if you love me, if you're right there, just say amen. Just that. I like that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, madam. I don't even know where you're calling from. You don't mention your name. Nothing at all. You just called to say God will bless you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. And God bless you too. Yes, my lovely brother right there, Oracle, please, let's check what is happening. Although in the next, by 11 or 12, we'll be coming back again to talk about this. But meanwhile, let's continue We have another call again. Hello.
Oh, Naija, I'm sorry, I never tell you my name is Sophia from Germany.
Okay, madam. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that prayer.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
God bless you. Thank you. Sophia from Germany just called us this morning and prayed for me. You see, if you be my name, you say you did there, and I know you did verse. Now go eat. Depression and Rio. Now a person call me, so you pray for me. And you did there now the verse. You don't like Nigeria, you don't like what they're doing, you don't like what he's doing, you don't like he's too strict, he's too harsh, he's too this. Yes, if you don't step on toes, nobody step on your toes. Okay? If you don't go fight trouble, trouble not come knock back on you. That's what life is all about. Okay? All right, my people, let's continue with this. Thank you very much, all of you that type in amen there. Now, that same prayer that lady prayed for me right now, we follow every one of you that have typed amen there in the mighty name of Lord Jesus Christ. Listen, guys, we cannot please everybody. That's one thing we must know. You can't please everybody, and never in your life try to please everybody. You will fail. You will make mistake that might even send you to an early grave by trying to please everybody. Jesus Christ could not please everybody. Okay? Do what you are doing. The good ones will recognize it. The good ones will be able to visualize it. The good ones will be able to embrace it. You cannot please everybody. Do your thing. Okay? It doesn't mean that because you are doing good and you have one or two person try to step on your toes tomorrow, you now say, no, people don't already know me say they do good. I don't want to make I do this person. But no, listen, guy, if somebody step on your toes, step back. That's what life is all about. When you and I, we are not sure if there's another life. Somebody step on your toes, step back. That's it. Now, wait till destroy Nigeria till today. Now be this. You know, somebody do something. We apply emotions in everything. Emotions in everything we are doing, which is wrong. Somebody who's supposed to go to jail, we say, oh, Mona liver nah. Not only that small thing we do, Mona liver nah. Must you pay back? Like, no, this is one of the things that destroy Nigeria. Every one of you that have typed amen on that beautiful prayers from that, our lovely sister from Germany, may God Almighty forward that same prayers to you in the mighty name of the Lord Jesus Christ. None of you will die young. You all and I and that our sister who called, we all shall live to enjoy the fruit of our labors. We all shall live. We shall live to enjoy the fruit of our labor. None, but nobody can bring us down because that is what we stand for. You know, thank you very much, my people. God will bless every one of you. We have another caller right here. Good morning to you. Your name and where you're calling us from.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Mr. Ben from Cape Coast.
Okay, Mr. Ben from Cape what?
Cape Town, sir.
Okay, Cape Town. Okay, go ahead, my brother. Talk to me.
There's only one question. Please, why is it that most of the evil, those guys that are perpetrating evil in most of them in our states, they do that. They are almost associated with the palace, so to speak. Why? Even this Curtis Ugbo right now we are talking, I still hear that it's still associated with the palace.
Yes,
Why?
yes. That's what we are fighting now. That's what we are doing. That's why I said everybody should join us because listen, my brother. There's one or two persons who was given power to join our king to move Edo State to a beautiful place. So one of those two persons have been intoxicated with the power given to them. They started installing criminals into different communities. This is what we are passing through. This is the pains that you and I are passing through right now. So Roland Eko is down. We should not be carried away because Roland Eko is down and that is it. They will still have many of them inside the palace. Okay? Yes. Thank you. God bless you. God bless you, sir. Thank you. I appreciate you. Yeah. All right, my people, let's continue to listen to our brother. God will bless you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate every one of you. Trust me, I'm very proud to have you all. Thank you very much. Let's listen to our brother, Emmanuel Eghosa.
And the fallout will not only be something that will be a mere fallout, it will also affect your legal career. Because what you are doing is you are looking at the side of getting monetary gains from this individual and supporting him to intimidate freedom fighters in a state where we know that we are suffering from a high level of fundamental human rights abuses. But when the likes of Afulabi thought they were doing their job, I told them, he who must seek for equity must come with clean hands. And I went to the station, I even explained myself to the AIG, explained myself to the DCP, explained myself to the police officers who were investigating me. They found out that all the allegations were baseless, that it was even the said Curtis in question who was the one seen to be threatening my life. Okay, this man has brought false information, charge it to court. Only God knows the reason, but I believe history at the time will judge itself, because for some of us we are not evil people, even if we are not upright in 100%, but we have limitations to what we do. I must tell you that. So be it as it may, Curtis is somebody I wouldn't want to get involved with his issues, but a lot of calls I had received since yesterday night to this morning, people calling me from all parts of the world asking me what really transpired, and I had to take an insight, and I told them that I would just be saying what is really the case, so that tomorrow he can be asked questions about that, because what is being pegged against him is cybercrime and defamation. So much later in the day, when I'm at the zonal command, I would also give you on the spot assessment of what is going on. Put the right information there for you to absorb and assimilate. Now I want to go into the issue of the governor of Edo State. Governor Godwin Eghosa Ugbo is today the executive governor of Edo State, and even the hand of time cannot change it. Not until when he has finished his 4-year tenure, or except if the House of Assembly finds him wanting and decides to impeach him out of office. But however, that is not the reason why we are talking. The reason why some of us are talking this morning is solely because the colonial angle of the colonially built Central Hospital, situated in Central Hospital Complex, Benin City, Edo State, has been marked for demolition. In fact, as I speak to you, the doctors who are there have also been briefed that anytime from now they should be evacuating that place. And two things are involved. In the entire length and breadth of Benin City, the only place where you have cheap medical accessibility is the colonially built Central Hospital. In fact, if you go there on a daily basis, you see that the extreme poor, the vulnerable, the extreme poor, the ordinary men in Edo State, some of whom cannot approach the Edo Specialist Hospital, find themselves getting medical needs at the old colonially built Central Hospital, which I'll be showing some of you in the course of today, the current position of that facility. Now, the governor privatized the Oshomole built 5-star Edo Specialist Hospital, as it's now called, to a private individual. But up to date, government workers are still the one manning that hospital, despite the fact that the monies generated from the hospital are paid into private accounts. We have seen very many issues pertaining to staffing. You cannot carry government workers and run a private hospital that has been privatized to a private man, and the monies generated are not paid to government account but paid to a private individual's account. That amounts to some level of illegality. But however, I think in no distant time we are going to do the needful, just the same way we did before the commencement of and the opening of Central Hospital, the 5-star Central Hospital wing, where people now buy hospital card for as much as 5,000 naira before you can get any level of attendance from a doctor. Now, the next specialist hospital, the complex, the old colonially built specialist hospital that we all know in Benin, the government has hired a consultant who is currently managing the affairs, and I think they want to succeed that land to either ShopRite or one of these multinationals and demolish that complex. Now, this is our heritage. This is what we got as colonial development. I don't think, as to history purposes, I don't think it is perfect for us to just outrightly demolish such an infrastructure that can actually show the clock of history to the generations of born in our society. Now, let me say this. It is very, very unfortunate that as at today in Edo State, we rely on consultants when we have best, in fact, we in the medical practitioner, after you talk about Anambra State, in the medical practitioner in Nigeria, I think the next state you should be looking up to is Edo State. Not to talk about the time when some of our children and our sons are now becoming presidents of medical organizations, international organizations in Nigeria here. And for me, I strongly believe that the purpose of government is to ensure that there is accessibility to the extreme poor. If you ask me what is the primary purpose of government, is to elevate the living standard and cater for the living standard of the ordinary man on the streets. Because actually the rich can actually procure what they want, medical or otherwise. But when it has to do with healthcare of the poor, go there. I've seen so many people who could not afford their siblings or their parents being treated in private hospitals. What they do is that they refer them to that central hospital and they get medical attention and medical treatment for as cheap as it is currently being obtained today. But what we are seeing is that the governor wants to demolish that structure, and I want to make it known to Edo people that we are going to resist it, because the last time when I was in Port Harcourt, I discovered that many assets belonging to Edo, particularly the Edo Line complex in Port Harcourt, looks as if it has been sold. But I decided not to put it on a live stream, not until when I've done my verification. And I think in coming weeks, I've been invited to come over to the Ministry of Lands and Survey in Port Harcourt, and I would get the on-the-spot assessment of what is going on there, because that is a land that is that it was acquired by Edo, and it has a certificate of occupancy with the River State government. And I think over time, when the Edo Line company has not been functioning, that facility has just been kept there. People, Edo groups, Edo Union, like Ishans in Port Harcourt, Igbankes in Port Harcourt, Benis in Port Harcourt, all those associations, Afema in Port Harcourt, they do their general meetings in that environment. Even while Edo Line was still ongoing, they were meeting. That's like a central meeting point for Edos in River State, because we have a very large population in River State who reside and do business and live, and even voters in River State. I'm very aware of that. So having said all of this, I just want to advise the Edo State government, because we would not stop at anything to ensure that we resist such an attempt. Demolishing that hospital amounts to impoverishing and killing Edo poor people, because that's the only place where they access healthcare. We should not forget that before the elections, our governor said that, in fact, let me not even quote our governor now, let me quote the Rice Man in PDP. Rice Man said that the governor has built primary healthcare centers in all the wards, and particularly in all the communities in Edo State. It's on Channels Television. I didn't say it before the elections. And I don't think if there are health facilities in Edo State that we are currently enjoying, it should be what was built by the previous administration. When you talk about what you have in Edo Central, the new hospital there in Edo Central, when you talk about what we have in built by Oshomole, you talk about what we currently have in Benin City here, that's Edo Specialist Hospital, was also built by Oshomole. Not to mention some other health projects scattered across the 192 wards, also procured by Oshomole for Edo people. So what we are saying in essence is, if as of today, this newly built central hospital, despite the fact that some other comrades who were of same interest with us at some time had protested to the fact that they needed to reduce the cost of attending to patients as giving them consultancy or would I call it listening ears. When you go to the hospital, before you go, the doctor must diagnose you, check you, have to ask you questions, read your body temperature and all that. And before you can assess that, you must buy a card of 5,000. So I think Omobude, when he was still very strong, led the Edo CSO. They protested about that, and I don't really understand how the fate ended. But For my last check in Edo Specialist Hospital, when I went there, to get a card is 5,000 naira. I think about a month ago, it's 5,000 naira. So I will leave it at that. Now, the only place where you can get a card for about 300 or 200 or 500 naira, as the case may be now, is Central Hospital. That's the one the governor is marking now with his consultants for demolition. You know, so I really don't understand why we should be facing this sort of developmental prospects, if that's what the government is saying. Where would Edo people now get healthcare? I'm not against them demolishing old structures, but when it is something that precedes the creation of Edo State, I think it's pertinent for us to keep it as a heritage, particularly as something that would further portray, you know, our history as a society, coming from the then Midwest to Bende, from Bende to Edo, and from the protectorate as it was then known before the amalgamation of Nigeria. I think such a facility, such a structure should be kept as a monument for historical purposes. But I really don't know what the governor is doing, you know. And from what I gathered, I think that is where the governor wants to build the artifact, the artifact museum. But I think if the governor is properly advised, the land where the Oba of Benin has procured for his artifact, for the artifact of the Benin people, I think that should be where they should go and put the artifact, close to the palace. Because demolishing that facility there amounts to impoverishing Edo people, because where would they now go to get healthcare? Where can they go to get the kind of treatments they get at Central Hospital, in any of the 192 primary healthcare that the governor said he has built, if they really exist? So these are questions that I think we should put forward to the governor, because most of the times, you know, they don't move around as frequent as we do as comrades. So he should be advised. And I'm also using this medium to beg the Ogbane family. I believe what you people voted the governor for was to ensure that the governor creates a better life for Edo people. So now that it's appeared that, you know, his policies is trying to create more hardship rather than good, I think it is your duty also to join voice by reaching out to him via other mediums that you have, to see how you can resolve such issues. So this is where I want to hang the window for today's broadcast. I just want you to know that doing things civil is the best form of way of life in this part of the world. So once again, I am no other person than Comrade Eghosa Emmanuel. Do not forget, Edo is our own. We have no other home than Edo State. For we on this end, we want to say go out and enjoy your day, and we want to say let us all put hands together to make Edo a better place. Bye for now. Thank you.
All right, thank you, my people. And then at the video end, we'll be coming back again later on. I think I have somewhere I need to rush to right now. Thank you very much for all your contribution right there. We're going to have Comrade Emmanuel Ugbo going back again by 11 or 12. It's already 11 now, let's say between 12 and 1, you know, to check about the legitimacy of Curtis Eghosa Ugbo's arrest. You know, although he's arrested, but if he's truly released, we need to be sure about it. So we'll do our effort to make sure we come back to let you know on that one. Thank you. Let me look at the comment section. Okay, God bless every one of you. Thank you. We're coming back again. Please help us to share, like this video, share and like this video. And God bless all of you. Bye for now.